Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Forced Conversations. As always, I'm your host, who was actually allowed back into the country, surprisingly, Mike, and my co-host, who was completely disappointed with May the 4th, Andre.
Oh, so disappointed. Hey, how's it going, guys? Today we have news from Mando and Grogu, and that's about it. So you guys, we'll see you soon. Mike, listen.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you came back from Canada. I'm glad you were allowed in the country. That's great to hear. I have a bone to pick with you now. Okay?
Okay.
Today,
What's
as
that?
I walked into work, you said, Happy May our Revenge of the 5th.
Yes.
Which, okay, fine. But in my opinion, there are 6 days in a row of Star Wars, okay? There's May the 4th be with you. There's Always a Bigger 5th. There's Revenge of the 6th. I Am the 7th. I Am the Senate. I find your lack of 8th disturbing. And a 9th addition to my collection. A nice addition to my collection. You know, General Grievous.
Okay. Are these official?
No, but if they're not, I petitioned them to be. And also is 5th or the 6th official for Revenge of the 6th? Because I've heard it as 6th because it makes more sense. It starts with an SI. If you get rid of the X, you got Sith right there.
I don't know. Let's look up Revenge of the 5th. See what it says.
I feel like it should be Revenge of the 6th. Now look up Revenge of the 6th.
Revenge of the 5th is an unofficial Star Wars themed holiday celebrated on May 5th, honoring the Sith and the villains of the Star Wars universe.
Revenge of the 6th is a fan-driven Star Wars holiday celebrated on May 6th, immediately following May the 4th. It focuses on honoring Sith Lords. It's the same thing.
Wait, read that again. Immediately following what day?
May 4th. I understand. It's AI.
I don't think
it's
the
Google
6th
AI.
immediately follows May 4th.
Almost. Pretty much. Anyway,
but the one that I read, though, says Revenge of the 5th is an unofficial Star Wars themed holiday celebrated on May 5th. It doesn't say it's a fan driven one. It says it's an unofficial Star Wars themed holiday.
So that's the same thing, dude. Fan driven and unofficial.
Back in the 2010s. When did yours start?
Oh, I don't know. I already exited out. Hold on. Jeez. I don't know. It doesn't say. It doesn't say.
May the 6th origin. Oh, there's a document we'll have to look at later. An article from Pop Culture Experiment that says Revenge of the 5th or Revenge of the 6th. And it's like a question type thing. So we'll look at that. We'll look at that. Maybe address that later. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll address it another time. Because we have a lot today. Not a lot of news, but a lot of small talk. Okay. So, we have the Mandoverse, okay?
Yes.
It is still going to be around, but it will depend on how Ahsoka Season 2 does and how Mando and Grogu do. And that's all... What depends on that is whether they're going to take a break from it or not.
Okay.
So they might, after Mando and Ahsoka Season 2, take a small break from these and focus on other things, which, I mean, I think they should focus on some other things for a little bit. You know, let this breathe a little bit. I'm enjoying it a lot, but let it breathe, let it soak in, add one move, take a year off. And then we'll see where it goes, you know?
I mean, I don't know, man. If they do really well, I don't think you do. I think you keep trying to roll off of it and, you know, play off of the, you know, the popularity of it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
We will see how
we don't have a slide about this or anything, but it's kind of related. Like, we've been reading rumors. You and I have both said we don't know how true they are, so we don't. This is not us reporting that this is happening, but there's rumors floating around the internet that Disney has not been happy with the sequel trilogy, and they're going to basically try to wipe it out and go back to focusing on the original characters. I don't know if that's true or not, but I did read something today as to why they're going to do it. It's not because the movies didn't gross a lot at the movie theater. It's because none of the toys, Legos, or any kind of toy sets from the sequel trilogy are selling. They have not made hardly any money off of those toys. They're still making predominantly most of their money off of OG stuff, like OG trilogy stuff, some prequel stuff. It's just not as popular as OG trilogy, and then some of the newer stuff like Mandalorian and Grogu and stuff like that. But like the Rey, Finn, and Poe trilogy stuff, Kylo Ren trilogy stuff, I guess toy sales are like basement.
So I've heard this rumor for so long, and I don't believe it at all. This rumor's basically been going around since 9 came out. That Disney is going to wipe canon and use the world between worlds to do it. And I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I think that the toys aren't doing as well because who they decided to make toys out of in the original, or in the trilogy. Like, they skipped over all these cool characters and made just the glops, you know? And it's just who they chose and how much they're starting to charge nowadays. That's when you start getting the peg warmers like that don't sell very well. I mean, yeah, a Stormtrooper, if you're making a million different variants of the Stormtrooper and a million different variants of the Clone Troopers, those are all gonna sell. But the gloves
Sorry, go
ahead. The gloves that you put... Go.
We can sum it up like this. I agree with you. I don't know how true the rumor is. I feel like it's a lot of people trying to project that towards Disney and hopes that's what Disney does. I'm going to say I don't believe that those rumors are true, but I don't know if I could say if they did in fact do that, I would be absolutely blown away surprised.
I don't know if I would be surprised, but I wouldn't enjoy that news. It's not something that I'm looking forward to. You know what, the prequel trilogy, or not the prequel, the sequel trilogy wasn't perfect by any means, but they weren't as bad as people were saying. And I know that's not the statement I want to be hearing from Star Wars, but like, I also think that the majority of the people that are talking smack on the sequels didn't even watch it. Just like all the people that are talking smack about Acolyte didn't even watch it. They watched, I watched episode 1 and I hated it. But my rule of thumb is to give it to episode 3, you know, for any show, not just Star Wars. The first time I watched Archer, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Gave it 3 episodes and you know what? Loved it. I have watched every season multiple times now. So like, So, next we have some news from The Mandalorian and Grogu. Guillermo del Toro had a Star Wars horror project, based on the Hutts, which was canceled, But some elements of that movie and script are being projected into the new Mando and Grogu movie, which makes sense with how Hutt focused this movie and all the marketing has been.
Previews and stuff like that. No, for sure.
Yeah, and Guillermo del Toro was even brought in as a quote-unquote Hutt specialist, since he did so much research for this project. Excuse me. Jeez. So yeah, I
heard too that like some of the character, the looks and stuff like that, and the way that like you see them are based closer to his design of what he was going to use.
Guillermo's?
So like the twins, they're gonna look a little bit different than they did in the season of Mandalorian, but I don't think that they're gonna look different where we're like, oh, that's not the same characters, right? Like I think they're gonna change a little bit about them to be more along the lines of however he was going to use or however he was going to make Hutts look in his movie.
So maybe more Jabba-esque, instead of pointy, almost
maybe.
like a.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe too, that's where like we like the Rada, the Hutt that we get is more based off of what he would envision him looking like as an adult versus, you know what I mean? Like you said, like the pointy, like whatever versions. So yeah. Who knows? We'll see.
Okay. So, as you know, we're filming this on May 5th. Okay. There's always a bigger 5th.
Revenge of the 5th.
There's always a bigger 5th. So anyway, yesterday was obviously May the 4th.
Yes.
We had talked about what our hopes were, and the day prior, May 3rd, we had gotten this image with this leaked announcement itinerary. We had Ahsoka Season 2 release date information. We had Jedi Fallen Knight, which is the third installment of the game. We were supposed to get that as a cinematic trailer. And then we were supposed to get Tales of Luke Skywalker announcement trailer.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Fake news.
Yeah. It sucks because I mean obviously it didn't this isn't real because
somebody got a lot of people's hopes up.
Somebody got a lot of people's hopes up. Unless this is real and then they're like, now we can't do it because it's ruined. So now we're gonna announce things later in time.
That'd be a horrible way to do that.
Because all we did get...
Come on, man.
Yeah. All we did get was a bunch of like TV spots and clips of the Mandalorian and Grogu on the YouTube channel. We didn't really get anything for May 4th.
No, for sure. For sure.
So
pretty
like
disappointing.
Yeah, why would you have all these fan events around the world for Mando and Grogu if you're just gonna show off some TV spots?
Even if like, let's say worst case scenario, like we were hoping for more for sure, but like let's say worst case scenario, they wait and they drop the final Mandalorian and Grogu trailer on May 4th. Like I can't for the life of me imagine. Well, I mean, we say that, but they did do something on May 4th that we'll talk about later. It was the last two episodes of Maul.
Yes, it was. It was.
So it's
and
not
those
that
were
they
great.
didn't do anything. They didn't do anything new that we weren't expecting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
It was a disappointing day, but it's still May 4th. Still had a lot of things that we did. Including we went to our local apple farm. Okay, they had a May 4th event. We passed out some business cards promoting the podcast. I dressed up as Boba Fett. We met Grogu, an awesome animatronic Grogu, which is who is it? Little green alien boy on Instagram.
Yes.
If you ever want to see one of the coolest Mando animatronics, go check him out. This thing was Duel of the Fates was playing, and this thing was mouthing along with
dancing to it.
Its ears were going
just dancing to it. Yeah. I will say we don't have any confirmation on this. This is what Mike believes. I feel like that was a legit animatronic that was made for something through LucasArts. It looked so freaking real. Like even the texture of his skin and everything like that looks so ridiculously real. Like that had to have been used in something for Star Wars. Had to.
I don't know. Star Wars fans are crazy, man. They
I'm not arguing that.
make some
that
cool
I
things.
believe that.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. I've seen cool things. This was ridiculous.
If I just don't believe it is an actual Grogu, because this thing goes to the floor on Comic-Con. He dresses it up. I was like scrolling through his Instagram page, and he dresses this thing up differently. I just don't think it's a real Grogu. I think it's just a fan-made prop that is above and beyond anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, if it is, it's probably one of the best fan-made things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
It was pretty sweet.
I agree.
It was pretty sweet.
I agree. Yep. Yeah, fun day. So, before we move on to our character spotlight, I just want to say that today is my puppy's birthday, 3rd birthday. Little Ahsoka.
Nice.
She's a cutie patootie. Love this little thing. She got a taco for dinner. Unseasoned, of course.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Okay.
Today, for our spotlight, is a stormtrooper, Agent 5241, Sergeant Creel. Okay? He is the leader of Scar Squadron, okay? He was an Imperial Stormtrooper who wielded a lightsaber, a green-bladed lightsaber, taken from a Jedi artifact collection, making him one of the few non-Force users that regularly use one in canon. Regularly, not just picked one up and used it for, a tiny bit of time. He personally served under Darth Vader's direct command. I would kind of say that Scar Squadron is kind of like Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch.
Okay.
He infiltrated a Hutt crime lord's gladiator arena, which maybe we'll see him in Mando and Grogu then. That would be kind of cool. He posed as a game master in Graku's the Hutt arena on Nar Shaddaa to feed intelligence to the Empire about the fighters. He trained Luke Skywalker, then tried to kill him. While uncover, Creel directly trained Luke Skywalker in arena combat, only to later duel Luke multiple times once his Imperial identity was revealed. And then, like I said earlier,
canon, or is this Legends?
It is canon. It is canon, actually. Yeah.
Shit.
And like I said, think Clone Task Force 99, Bad Batch, so...
Yep.
Yeah. Dude. Awesome Stormtrooper. I would like to know more about him. I need to start reading more comics, for sure.
I thought you were going to say, I would like to cosplay as him, and I was going to be like, which version?
With the Stormtrooper outfit? Maybe. Not the shirtless one. I would be a very out-of-shape one. I would be Sergeant Creel if he started drinking a lot of beer.
It would be like Sergeant Creel if he was like Thor from Endgame.
Yes.
The beginning of Endgame. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Episode 9 of Maul Shadow Lord. These 2 episodes are so good.
Yes.
But
yes.
Episode 9 called Strange Allies.
Right.
No helmet change.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think there's going to be any. We got 2 episodes left, and there hasn't been one, so I'm pretty sure you're right.
There wasn't
There's
at
probably
all.
not going to be. Yeah.
Which is wild to me.
This episode starts off, and there's been a little bit of change in the tone from the Empire. It went from, hey, there's a curfew in effect, remain indoors at night, stuff like that. Now it's, all public transportation is closed under penalty of death, and there's a full-time planetary curfew. So before there was a citywide curfew, and before there was like public transportation is closed until further notice, now it's planetary curfew, and all public transportation is closed under penalty of death. So basically, like, they've escalated it to the point where, hey, if we see you doing stuff, just to let you know, we're going to kill you.
Yeah. And we're seeing exactly why Lawson didn't want to call the Empire in the first place.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
So we get to see Dryden calling Maul. Dryden wants to rescue Maul from the planet in order for Maul to take out the leader of Crimson Dawn, Rintaro, so that Dryden can take over.
I don't know about you. I really wish they would have got Paul Bettany to do the voice of Dryden Voss.
Yeah.
The voice isn't horrible. It's not like the switching Jar Jar Binks voice horrible, but it is.
Oh yeah.
It is. It's just not as good as Paul Bettany was in
Solo. Yeah.
Solo. Yeah. I drew a blank.
It's jarring. It's jarring.
It is. It is.
Like, didn't he come back for What If, the Marvel What If series, and all the animated stuff? Or it was this some other? I wonder why he didn't come back for this. So,
maybe he was busy.
Dryden sends. Who knows? Dryden sends the coordinates to the rendezvous, and there is just a very small window of time. So Maul believes that Lawson can provide a way out of the city, and Two Boots says, "I guess it's time to accept that I'm a fugitive of the law." And Lawson goes, "Well, aren't we all?" Or something, or welcome to the clubby.
Right. I like how Two Boots went from being awesome to being despised to now being like he's stepping up his comic relief game. Like, he's not the Spybot level yet, but he's definitely funnier than what he was. For sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was funny at the beginning, and then he was just, like, annoying because he kept...
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get this, Devin is sleeping, has a dream, what we thought was a dream at first, from Maul, showing her where to meet them at the Amnesty Fountain. Mm-hmm. Daki says that it wasn't a dream, but a suggestion from Maul, and Devin believes that it's a chance for them to escape. Like, she believes that Maul is trying to help them escape the planet.
Yeah. So the entire time that we're getting this, the Inquisitors are following them around, and I just want to say that they are so creepy in these last few episodes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
They did good. They did good with the two in Maul. Can't speak of all Star Wars, but in this show, they did these two pretty well. So then they get to the Amnesty Fountain. Daki is the first one to go out and meet Maul. So he walks out to meet Maul and asks Maul what his intentions are. Maul says that his intent is to help them all escape, and then shows them where they need to go.
Yeah. So Spybot comes up and he's
Spybot
like...
Yeah,
he has Spybot come up, and he's like, "Bushki-doo!" Again, love that. And he then shows a map of the area. And then Lawson is like, "Oh yeah, we can provide a good route out of the city."
Yep. I think Maul suggested something, and then Lawson said, "We're never going to be able to do that." And he was like, "Well, do you know a different way out?" And he was like, "Actually, I think I do." And it was like, the crazy thing is I think Maul already knew Lawson could find the loot, knew of a way out. I think he was just trying to coax it out of him instead of just making him tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So then at this point, Maul recommends for all of them to form an alliance.
Yes.
Two Boots.
Yes.
Putting on his comedy hat, says that this may be their only chance, but he basically mentions that Maul looks very untrustworthy.
Very.
It's like if ever there was a Captain Obvious moment in this series, that's the moment right there.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
So Daki basically agrees with Two Boots and reminds everybody to stay cautious about Maul. Like they need to watch him and make sure.
Yep. So Lawson, or Vario finds out that Lawson has a son, Riley, and Lawson tells Vario, "I'm amazed you're even still alive." Dude, I love Vario. I love Vario.
I didn't care for him at first, but I think now I'm like, okay, he's doing all right.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
So then Daki says that Devin has been hiding something from him. He can sense that something's off. He tells her that Maul wouldn't be able to access her mind unless there was some kind of connection between the two of them. Then Devin kind of goes through the whole, like, Maul saved her and Riley on the train. You know what I mean? That big fight scene with her, Maul, and Merrick and stuff like that. Merrick, Marak, however you say his name. Daki doubts Maul's motive. I think that's pretty obvious. Like, I don't think Daki, for 1 second, has ever trusted Maul, and nor do I think he's going to.
No, I don't think so either. So we come across an Imperial blockade area towards the end of the escape route that they have. And Rook Cast tells Spybot to jam their communications. And Spybot is like, yes, comms go bye-bye. Me jam comms. Hee. Love Spybot. Love Spybot. So then we get to see Maul just obliterate this ATDP. Awesome. Love the nods to the Force Unleashed with Starkiller doing the same almost exact thing. Then we get to see Riley grab a blaster, and this was slightly before the ATDP destruction. Riley grabs the blaster and sets it for stun, and he's just murking stormtroopers with that stun. He learned from his dad how to shoot, and it's just great. It's just such father and son bonding, you know?
Right. So then Merrick and the Crow show up at the fountain meetup spot. Crow knows that they were there, which kind of caught me by surprise, because I don't think I realized it was Crow saying that until I saw the caption say that 11th brother was the one that said, like, they were here. And I thought it was Merrick that said it, because I didn't think we had heard the Crow speak yet, but clearly we did.
Yeah. Did you notice, did you hear, I want to say Merrick. It sounded like bones cracking anytime he moved. Like, it was like, anytime he turned his head.
It definitely was like a creaky noise. I heard the noise. I couldn't tell if it was bones creaking or if it was his, like, helmet armor stuff, like, making that noise. Something was definitely making the noise when he turned his head, and it was definitely head area. I don't know exactly what it was, but I definitely heard what you were saying. Merrick then says that they're making their escape as they both kind of look over into the sky, in the direction where they think they are. The thing I thought was funny about this scene, though, is that both the Crow and Merrick's voice sounded kind of ghostly. Like, they weren't talking like this, they were talking like this. Yes, like, and it was just kind of weird, but, like, very intentional. So I wonder if, like, it makes me wonder if these two Inquisitors are already, like, Dathomirian magic, they died once already Inquisitors. And if our thoughts are of them being Savage and Feral are right, then the ghostly thing from either one of them would be pretty accurate, because they already died once. Yeah. But maybe that's not true. So
So what we have dubbed the Alliance, so Maul Syndicate and the Lawsons, basically, and the Jedi, they escape through this grate in the floor of the power plant. And Lawson says Maul's group is going to basically double cross them as soon as they get out of here. Rook casts at Maul what they're gonna do about Daki, and Maul is like, show some respect for Daki. He's a Jedi Master, and we'll need him for now. Like, there's a massive
the delay
pause.
there. He was like, like super pause, and then for now,
and then the first brother Merrick does something absolutely terrifying. He just inspects this stormtrooper, this TK stormtrooper, and as he's doing it, I'm hearing more creaking and cracking, and he's like just
he's sniffing him.
like he's sniffing him. I loved it. I loved every second of it.
I feel like at this point, the Crow and Merrick seem to be doing what I call the Jason Voorhees, and that's like, no matter how fast the good guys are running, they're still catching up, walking slow somehow. I feel like it's the Jason Voorhees effect. In Friday the 13th, it never failed. Like, you could be running through the woods, lightning speed to get away from him, and like the second you stop, he's right behind you. And it's like, the dude never runs. He's the slowest walker in like all like horror movies for all time, but somehow he always catches back up. And I feel like that's the same thing with Crow and Merrick. They're not moving fast, but it feels like they're gaining momentum on the gap. They're closing that gap between them and the Alliance. They know the Alliance went through the floor,
man.
Oh yeah. But like, they walk into the room and they walk over top of the floor, that floor grate, and they just stop and turn around and look down.
Do you think Merrick has that Force Echo thing, you know?
Yep.
Do you think he can sense things with his feet?
Maybe.
Because
does Crow have like Force intuition? Like, does he feel things, but he can't see as much as Merrick can?
Possibly, like maybe like two different things. But like, what if Merrick is just walking? Like, these planets are alive or around for millions of years. Stuff happens on them every day. I'm sure every square inch of the planet has been touched before. So is he just walking around like, just hearing voices from the past? Oh my God. He all day, every day, he's just like,
that would be horrible.
Yes.
That would be horrible.
So yeah. At this point I heard the Crow like turn, and it sounded like squishy almost when he turned, and
like a squeaky noise.
A squeaky, squishy noise, and they're just both so creepy. Look at the Crow on the right with those glowing red eyes looking through the grate.
Right.
That's terrifying.
Right.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. So then we get down to where the Alliance is at, and they come to a spot that's like kind of blocked with this like acid lake, acid river, acid pool, whatever you want to call it, like basically blocking where they need to go.
Yeah. So Lawson says it's like waste from the city, toxic waste from the city, and Two Boots.
This might be his best. This might be his best sequence in a long time. These lines right here, just hilarious.
2 Boots is like, it was dumped illegally, and I'm gonna report it. And then he's like, never mind. Probably not priority number one.
Bro forgot real quick that he's like wanted, and he was like, I'm calling this in. And he's like, oh no, wait a minute,
I can't do that.
Oh, dude, like. But it was like instant. Like, nobody even said anything to him. He like said
they
it,
all just
and
looked at him, and they're like,
on second thought,
maybe not.
Yeah, hilarious. So then, Daki and Maul agree that they're not going to be able to use like force jump to get across. Here's the part that I found mildly funny about that. How many people in this group can use force jump?
3.
So they're clearly not thinking that everybody else can't use force jump. Because even if the 3 of them could force jump, are they going to force jump holding on to somebody else back and forth nonstop till they get everybody across?
So in other shows, we have seen, like, people jump and then force users, like, push them. And then we've also seen people
that's fair.
being caught with the Force. So maybe they pushed them and then Force pulled them halfway through. Maybe that could have worked. But you still would have to have someone jump and then Force push and then catch the first person. So, like, there's no one there.
I'll give
there's
you that.
No one
Maybe
there.
that's what they were saying, but, like, that's not... They were just like, no, we can't even jump across that. And it was like, well, no, average people definitely can't jump across that. Well, I think that's clear.
So, Riley finds an old broken skiff that's just unusable, but Lawson then sees one that they can use, and so Spybot goes to get this skiff, and the entire time he is flying over there, the entire time he's fixing it, he's just humming and singing. He's like, he's like scatting.
Dude, you know, it would have been funny, because it's Disney owns this. If he would have went over there and started like humming, but then started humming the Whistle While You Work, like Seven Dwarfs song,
or Let It Go,
I'd have laughed so hard.
Oh my gosh. So, the first two to go across the river on this skiff are Riley and Lawson. And Riley accidentally, like, trips as he's getting on this skiff, and Spybot is like, "No touchy!"
Bro, he yelled at him.
Yeah.
He yelled, "No touchy, no!"
So we get there. Dude, Spybot's awesome. First of all, Spybot's probably my favorite part of the series. So halfway across, we get Lawson apologizing to Riley for not being there and spending enough time with him. Yep. And for getting him into this situation. And Riley is like, well, this is the most time we've spent together, so look on the bright side. And then Spybot just starts gagging.
Blah, blah.
And then he just starts giggling out, and then he's like, nah.
Yep.
It's great.
Spybot's like continuously cracking me up. Like the dude, every scene he's in is hilarious. When the second he gets a speaking line, it cracks me up. Then we flip back to the rest of the Alliance that still hasn't gone across yet. And Daki turns around, he senses something is coming behind him, turns around, looks down the tunnel, like with this ominous look, like he knows something is coming. Yeah.
Then we get Two Boots and Vario getting onto the skiff. And Two Boots says to Vario, "I guess I'm no better than you now. I'm a common criminal." And Spybot says something, it was unintelligible, couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
And then Two Boots is like, that is not a good thing.
Right. So then we go back to Daki, and Daki's kind of walking back towards the cave opening, like the tunnel opening there. And Maul asks Daki what's wrong. Daki says someone is coming. Maul, Daki, and Devin all draw their sabers and power them up. Rookcast and her crew draw their weapons, like everybody's ready, because Daki says someone is coming. All of a sudden, we get this shot of Crow and Merrick coming around the corner. Dude, that was probably like the best scene with the two of them, like coming out of nowhere. Just like the feel of it, the look of it, just great.
The sound of it. There was like a woman screaming, a ghastly woman screaming over top of it. It was incredible. It was good. So then some stormtroopers come around the corner as well, and they start duking it out with the rest of the Alliance that aren't Force wielders and Jedi and Sith and all that, are dark side users, because Maul's not a Sith anymore, but you know, whatever.
Force users, sure.
The whole fight, awesome. Okay, the whole fight was incredible. Then Maul tells Rook to cross, and the skiff gets hit.
Yep. Starts looking like it's going to go down a little bit. It doesn't completely go down, but it looks like it could.
No.
Maul and Merrick are fighting, and they're kind of exchanging dialogue when they fight. Merrick says something about like that he's going to bring about his demise or whatever, and then Maul basically tells Merrick that he is just a pawn of Sidious, and that Sidious sent him there to die, just like he sent Maul to die before, right?
Yes, exactly. I don't want to change to the next slide. Okay, this was the saddest moment of the entire show. Our boy, our beloved baby boy, Spybot, was taken out in the prime of his life. I'm not. He was taken out in the prime of his life.
You said our baby boy.
Our baby boy.
Like,
what have they done to my boy? What are you talking about? And so Merrick throws his lightsaber at Spybot, cuts him in half, and as Spybot's falling into the river of acid, he's like, "Master!" And then he falls in. Oh my gosh. I almost cried, man. I was
that was lame.
Not
that
good.
Was lame.
I was not good. Not well.
Maul,
I was very unwell.
Maul was livid.
Yes.
Like, I think there's been 3 times where something happened and he, like, you could see the rage build up inside him. This one might have been worse than all the others.
Yes. 100%. Because I feel like, I mean, you can see it at the end of this GIF. You can see the, like, shock in Maul's face. It's just so sad. It's so sad.
Right. Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
So then Daki tells Devin to go next. Devin kind of argues with him at first. Like, she's like, no, I don't want to go. And he basically says it again. So she jumps from the dock to the skiff and then jumps from the skiff to the other side. Kind of like doing like the Jedi jump thing, makeshift, so they didn't have to jump the whole way.
Yeah. Then we stay on this side and we have just a few of the Mandalorians. We have Icarus, we have Maul and Daki still on this side. Still fighting the Inquisitors, still fighting the Stormtroopers. Well, Icarus finally gets hit. Okay. And then he throws 3 knives at 3 Stormtroopers, hits all of them, but they don't go down right away. So he runs at them, tackles them, and falls directly into the river of acid. Man.
Yep. He basically tackles him into the acid. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
He sacrificed himself to take out 3 Stormtroopers. Yeah. It's sad. I don't think I could ever do that. Even if I got hit, man, I think I could
he's almost dead, though.
Be there. He got hit a lot, too. I've never heard...
He got 50-cented.
He got hit with a few shells and he don't walk with a limp.
Yeah.
I've never heard Stormtrooper or blaster bolts hit like that. When he was getting hit, it was like thudding and like squishy thudding. I hated it. I loved the sound design. Hate that it was Icarus that was getting that treatment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Maul throws his saber.
If you think about it though, like Icarus and Scorn both went out in kind of big ways. Like doing something that mattered.
They sacrificed them for the greater good of the Alliance. Maul throws his saber, boomerangs it, kills 3 Stormtroopers that were shooting at Icarus, all in the time before Merrick gets another swing off with his lightsaber. Awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome.
Then the next thing that happened surprised me. Like, this is one of the things where I thought, hey, if Maul wanted to like betray Daki, here's a prime moment. He could just jet and leave Daki there. But he does what I didn't expect. He tells Daki to go next, and basically now it's going to be him versus Merrick and Crow, because he basically like he's there by himself. So Daki leaves. Merrick fights against the two of them for a minute. And Maul fights against Merrick, and Maul fights against Merrick and Crow for a minute. And then he goes to jump across, and as he goes to jump across, the scene where he jumps across, he holds the lightsabers behind him the same way that Starkiller held them. So they're like going behind him. I thought that was another nice little like Starkiller throwback. When Maul jumps across, he jumps here, lands on the skiff, and as he lands on the skiff, he knows the lightsaber's coming, so he turns, deflects it, and still makes it to the other side. Maul's agility has to be peak off the chart level.
Which is shocking because he was just shaking out his leg and being like, will my knee make it across this, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't realize that was a Starkiller run.
Right there. You see it like, if you see it when he's jumping in the air,
I noticed that all 3 of the Inquisitors looked like they were Naruto running. And I was like, man. So, Merrick tells Crow to inform him that they are heading his way. But who are they informing exactly?
The him was very obviously pointed out to somebody coming.
Yes.
Like somebody we haven't seen yet. And it was a very good call out, for sure. It was pretty good.
Oh, for sure. So, Devin actually apologizes to Maul, says, I'm sorry that your friends are gone. Yep. So then they reach the rendezvous and all that, and it's super foggy. Rookcast goes to scout ahead because it's so foggy, and comes back and says, there's something up ahead, and then gets dragged to the, pushed to the ground, and dragged by her feet away by something, whatever this is.
Yes.
And as she reaches the end, it kind of sounds like she's being like devoured, but then we found out something, and I'll tell you after Mike's closing statement.
So at this point, then we hear it. We hear the breath. We hear the breathing, and all of a sudden we see Vader, and he comes walking out of the mist, turns his lightsaber on, and the episode ends. Dude, it was such a great way to end this episode, and for you to know, like, something big is coming next episode, for sure.
For sure. So, I just want to say that we saw a explanation from the person that voiced Rookcast about she was asked how she wanted to go out. Okay.
Yep.
And this person said to Dave Filoni, I want Vader to pull my lungs out of my mouth with the Force. And that's why it sounded like this like gurgling, like devouring kind of sound. Oh my God. It was crazy. I've never heard anything like that in Star Wars animation or Star Wars in general. Oh my God, crazy. That's like a terrifying way to go.
It was crazy.
That's terrifying.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
but like I said, great ending to episode 9. Just phenomenal.
Phenomenal. So, then we get episode 10, The Dark Lord. Vader's here. No helmet change. None.
Nope.
No intro. The whole series, the whole season, we had no helmet changes in the intro, which shocked me, but it's not like it matters. But it was just a shock. We have Vader versus Maul and Daki and Devin. And then Maul just rushes into Vader's face. He's like, let me fight. Let me at. He did the Scrappy Doo, let me at him type of thing, you know?
Right.
Vader's just toying with him, just doing one-handed thing like he did with Luke in Empire Strikes Back. Dude, it's crazy. It's so good.
Which is better than Revenge of the Sith, by the way.
Which is way better than Revenge of the Sith.
That's for you, bearded saber guy.
Yeah, that's for you.
Go ahead. Yeah, like the one-hand toying thing is just crazy. Vader basically blocks Maul's first hit and then just like slap tags his leg with his lightsaber. Doesn't try to like end him, just as like block pat, just like hits his leg, and Maul is completely defenseless against it. Like just the way Vader moves, it was so crazy.
Vader blocked Maul and Daki and then hit him.
Yes. But it wasn't like a hit straight through. It was just like a little tap, like, look what I can do. Like,
yeah.
And then Vader force pushes. So you have Maul, Daki, and Devin like close to him. He force pushes, knocks them down, and knocks down everybody behind them. They're like 6 to 10 feet behind him, and he knocks them all down. Everybody.
The remainder of the alliance is just knocked down. That's crazy.
The entire alliance is on the ground.
The entire alliance. So Maul then tells everybody to run again to escape while he stays behind. This is not the first time. He's said it to like 5. Yeah. He's said it a few different times before this. So we're getting a sense that Maul is somewhat like protecting these people. And then they're escaping. Vader starts bringing the house down on top of everybody.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. Daki tells Lawson that they have to leave. Basically take the rest of the alliance, with the exception of Daki, Devin, and Maul. The 3 of them stay. But everybody else is gone. Like, he's telling them to all get out of there. Because he knows, like, none of them can do anything against Vader. Like, none of them. Like, the three Force users are struggling against him, let alone non-Force users.
Right. Exactly. So, Maul, at this point, says, "You are no Inquisitor." And then, so he starts fighting him, and then he's like, "What are you?" Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you can see, like, Maul is completely, he has no idea who this dude is. Right? But he feels something way more powerful than he felt with the Inquisitors. Like, he knows this dude is something different.
Exactly.
That was kind of crazy. For sure.
And then Vader just force chokes Daki in the middle of the fight. He's continuing fighting, and he's just like, bop, 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 and he's going bop, bop, bop. And he's not even looking at the fight. He's looking at Daki, force choking him. Oh my gosh. It's just, Vader's just so cocky in this. It's too easy for him. It's too easy for him.
I have a question on that aspect. This is something I just started wondering actually right now. Do you think that the fight between him and Obi-Wan, where Obi-Wan bested him as Anakin, told him he had the higher ground, Anakin said, "You underestimate my power." Do you think that he toys with people after that because he wants to prove that even if he doesn't try, he's still better than everybody else? Like, he's got this never-ending quest to prove Obi-Wan wrong, even though Obi-Wan's not around. Like, I don't even have to perform at my best. I'm still that much better than everybody. Like, kind of playing off that when he told Obi-Wan, "You don't know my power. Like, you don't know how strong I am."
Dude, that's crazy. That's a crazy take, and I'm for it. I have no rebuttal to that. I think that could be it.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Then fight goes on. Maul gets taken to the ground by Vader, and Vader pulls up, and then Devin just comes and blocks from Vader landing that killing blow, man. Then the 2 of them force push together, and it's 2 of them. There's an old Sith Lord and a trained Jedi, and they can barely move Vader. He moves like 5 feet.
Dude, that like what you're seeing in this little clip here, that's menacing, dude. Like, Vader just getting pushed back, but still being like an aggressive, like it didn't phase him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know, man. It was pretty crazy. Like that. This is the type of stuff that makes me feel like we're seeing the Vader in his prime that people were afraid of.
Yes. Yeah.
You know
I
what
also
I mean?
love
Not the
that
slow Vader later on, but yeah.
Yeah. I love that as he's fading into the fog, he's turning off his saber so they can't see him. But, like, that doesn't make any sense because, like, I can hear... Why can't you hear him at all times? Like, is he just not breathing or is he holding his breath? Like, what's going on?
He holds his breath.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a very good question, though.
Yeah.
So
it's
then
gotta be.
Daki, Devin, and Maul escape, but Maul and Daki, man, they're both hurting pretty badly. You can hear when they land out, when they get out of this area here, they crawl through this thing after the intro. I guess I thought it was before the intro, but yeah. They crawl through this hole, and when they drop down, you can hear them groaning and like they're in pain. Like Maul's hip. I think Daki's still chest thing when he got kicked from Maul earlier. Something's still up with that. Like, I don't know if he's 100%.
He also just got force choke and thrown by Vader.
True. And so then they get to this point, though. They pull down the ceiling, just like Maul did in episode 7. But this time it's Maul, Daki, and Devin that all pull the ceiling down. And Vader at first is trying to stop it, but there's just too much that comes down. He doesn't get it all. And it kind of blocks the path for a second.
It's crazy.
Then we see
crazy.
The intro.
Yep. And as the intro's playing, we're hearing Duel of the Fates and Vader breathing over the title card.
As it fades out. Yeah. Yep.
I am loving all of the, like, I mean, it's not exactly subtle, but I'm loving the little details of this show.
Yes.
So good.
Here's a detail that I caught, and I'm surprised you didn't. And when I mentioned it to you, I think you went back and watched it, and you were like, oh, shoot. So Riley asks if they, speaking of Devin, Daki, and Maul, if they will make it out. Two Boots says that he's certain Devin and her master will catch up. He specifically says Devin, but he doesn't mention Maul or Daki. He just says her master. So he's referring to one of them, but he's not alluding to which one of the two of them it is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, Dryden calls Vario and wants to make sure that Maul is ready for extraction. Because, I can't think. Dryden is not there to confront the Empire, and he believes that Maul is the key to the Syndicate takeover. So, like, he doesn't want to deal with the Empire. He's literally just there to pick up Maul, and he doesn't want to get into trouble. Doesn't want a confrontation. Yep.
Daki then is walking with Maul and Devin, and he says that this enemy is different in reference to Vader. None of them know his name is Vader. They don't know who he is, but he says this enemy is different. He fears what his instincts tell him. Maul is behind him the whole time saying, no, it can't be. And Daki says that Vader is a dark Sith, or he's a dark lord of the Sith.
Yes.
And Maul can't, Maul's trying to come to terms with it, but I think Maul realizes it too.
Yes. And then, so Devin asks how to defeat Vader, and then Maul says only by letting go of their restraints and tapping into their rage and letting it serve her, they can defeat him. And Daki says not to give in to such emotions and remain calm. And then Maul's like, I know how, he knows how you Jedi fight, and you must adapt in order to actually defeat him.
Yeah, if they only knew that this dude was like one of the best Jedi pupils ever, so he knows like all of the Jedi tactics and fighting styles, but he also now knows Sith fighting styles and how to fight against Sith, because he's fought against Sith and now he's being trained by him, right?
Yes.
Man, yeah, if they only knew who this dude was. So then Maul says that he knows how to defeat Vader. This is after Daki starts walking away. Maul says he knows how to defeat Vader since Maul was trained by the most powerful Sith Lord, Darth Sidious. Then he says something that Devin, I don't think, really understood at the time, but she looks at him. Maul says that Maul tells Devin that his master purged the Jedi Order and made himself Emperor. So now that she heard this, she knows that Darth Sidious and Emperor Palpatine are the same guy. And the look that she gives him when she hears that, like realizing, I think she knew, like, okay, this was a setup. The Jedi were set up by Palpatine, who's also the Sith Lord.
Yeah. And I think that Maul is he's really starting to get to Devin, get in her head. And I think it's just slowly cementing her turn to the dark side. And then so Daki tells Devin to go help the Lawsons, and he'll stay and help Maul, because Maul is hurting. His legs are hurting. So Maul or Daki helps him up and helps him walk and everything. So,
Daki tells Maul that he wants to fight, like him and Maul to fight together. But Maul thinks that aggression is the only way to fight against Vader. So they have this this conflicting style of what they think is going to work for the two of them.
Yeah. So as they're walking through this dark lit place, Vader just pops out of the wall, man. He just pops out of the wall on Maul and Daki. You know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
Kool-Aid Man.
Like Vader popped through the wall. He was like, oh yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That's crazy. Yeah,
exactly. So they are fighting Vader, and then they're fighting Vader Kool-Aid Man, and Devin is fighting the Inquisitors at this point alone.
Both of them.
Both of them. So they're getting ready. They're getting ready to fight here, and then the 11th, they both start running at each other.
Yep.
And the 11th brother, Crowman, is just screeching the entire time he's running. Which, I mean, if I'm being honest, so do I, because, like, my knees hurt, my shins hurt, so, like, I'm screeching. But
you
then...
screech like a crow when you run, like, you start running, you're like...
Yeah, exactly. So Devin starts losing the upper hand. She starts losing this fight, and Daki sees it and just is like, here's my lightsaber. She catches it, and she's like, bam. She is just defending herself, dude. It was such a cool part of this fight.
Yeah, but he throws it with it powered on. Like, he doesn't, like, you know, most times, like, when Jedi force pull or whatever, a lightsaber, or they toss a lightsaber to somebody, it's usually powered off. He threw it to her powered on.
I don't want to get into this conversation again.
No, we don't have to. We can skip the lightsaber conversation for now.
Yeah. So, okay. So during the Maul fight, we see that he's way more agile than Vader is, but still so undermatched, dude. He is like, Maul is just running around Vader essentially, but Vader's just like bop, 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 you know, just back and forth.
Like he almost can anticipate everything Maul's gonna do. Yeah,
it's just crazy. Like he has force anticipation, you know.
I keep saying it's crazy throughout this episode. I know I'm saying it a lot,
too.
But like some of the stuff, my brain was just like, wait, what? Yeah.
Yes. So then we get the Lawson crew. They're walking through the fog, and then all of a sudden they see this Lambda-class shuttle, which is my favorite troop transport or shuttle type ship. It's my favorite ships, man. Boba Fett's Starship, Slave One. The TIE Interceptor, and then the Lambda-class shuttle, dude. Oh, I love this ship. And then we see the E-Web Heavy Blaster that we did see in Empire Strikes Back, and we also saw it in the Mandalorian series, in like the second episode of Mando.
Yep.
Then the Lambda takes off and starts hunting them from the air in the woods. So he's just blasting at him. It's an awesome use of it. Oh, it was so cool. Let's see here. Then we get Devin and Daki just hanging out, and Daki force pushes her out of the way because he senses that Merrick threw his lightsaber at them. He deflects the lightsaber, and then Merrick catches it, lands, and they just start going at it again.
Yep.
Loved the boomerang effect on that lightsaber.
Yep.
So then we get Two Boots, who wants to take over the E-Web and to take out the shuttle, and we get this exchange between the Lawson Collective here, okay, where we get them hyping up Vario to be a distraction because he's the smallest to hit and he can run.
Yep.
So Vario agrees to it, shockingly, which I thought he'd want to preserve his life a little bit more, but, he didn't really fight it that much.
Right.
So Vario gets into position, and he starts reciting this thing to himself. He's like, "You're not small, you're super tall. You're not small, you're super tall." And he starts like smacking himself and hitting himself, hyping himself up. And then he runs out, and he starts shooting, and he's like, over here, you milk and laser brains. And so this firefight ensues. Dude, oh my gosh.
Yep. And
it's
Riley,
crazy.
whose dad basically didn't want to get involved, saves him. Stuns a couple guys, stormtroopers that are coming up behind him.
Yep. And then, so Two Boots takes out the Lambda-class shuttle. Hated it. Hated that. Loved that ship. I can't stand to watch it go down. Yeah.
Daki, then we flash back to Daki and Maul. Daki says to Maul, "Together we can do this." Talk about defeating Vader.
Yep. So, 2 gunships come out and drop off some stormtroopers, and then Two Boots just destroys one of them.
Yep.
So Two Boots takes out one of the gunships, but then the other one shoots at him, blows up the E-Web, and as Two Boots is jumping out of the way, you can hear him go like, ah! Hurts his leg.
He gets hit, yeah.
He gets hit. And Riley then helps him out of the way, and you can see Two Boots just limping. Then Vader, they go back to the Vader-Daki Maul fight, and Vader hits Maul in the hip again.
Our boy Maul is not doing good.
He's taking a beating.
Oh my
He's taking a
goodness.
beating.
So, on top of Maul not doing very well, Daki and Maul fighting together is also not going very well because Daki is trying to be calm and fight together. Maul is trying to be like super aggressive still, and they're basically like clashing with their fighting styles.
Yes. And then, so we get this awesome shot of Maul like jabbing at Vader, Vader stopping it, then swinging at Maul, Maul stopping it, and then Daki goes to chop at Vader, and Vader blocks it, and then force crushes Maul's entire body.
Is that still considered forced choke? Even though he's not choking him, he literally just grabbed his entire upper body.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome, but like, what is that? Yeah, force crushing his body. Like he struggled. He dead fished it. Not dead fished it, but he was
basically
he looked like a fish.
Him.
Yeah, like what is that? So then they're both on the side, and Daki goes back to fight Vader, and then Maul is, he's hurt. Okay.
Yep.
So
it takes him longer to get up.
Daki's fighting, waiting on Maul to come help. but he doesn't.
Maul hears and sees Devin starting to struggle with the crow.
Yes.
So he turns, looks back at Daki, and he force pushes Daki into Vader.
Dude.
Like Daki's like got a stance, and he's got some distance between him and Vader. And Maul just goes, ugh, and pushes him towards Vader and messes him up. Daki jumps over Vader, blocks this, and then looks dead at Maul. Just looks right at him like he knew what he did.
Yeah.
Dude,
yep.
I was like, no way. No way.
Yeah. And then Lawson sees it happen.
Trust. Yep.
Maul sees it happen. Or Lawson sees it happen.
Yep.
So Daki is fighting Vader by himself, basically. And he does pretty well. He lands a pretty nice hit on Vader's shoulder, but then Vader's like, nope, I'm mad.
Done toying him.
And just,
yep.
he just starts two-hand chopping, dude. He starts two-hand chopping. He overpowers Daki, and then he goes back to single arming, dude. He's like, he's just hitting him over and over.
Yeah.
Overpowers him, and then Daki's like, I don't know what else to do, man. We're done for. And so then Devin sees him. Devin sees Daki just get murked. And it was just so unfortunate timing of that, you know? So then we get Devin versus the 11th brother, and she just takes out all of her rage on this 11th brother.
Yep.
And Maul comes up, and he sees and then smirks at the fact that they're fighting.
Yep.
So Devin then loses her saber. And I was like, oh God, what's she going to do? And then all of a sudden you see Maul come around the corner, take his lightsaber in half and present it. And Devin just force pulls it to herself.
Yep.
Oh, so cool. And then Maul and Devin then face off against the Crow together.
Yep.
Dude, so cool. I was so happy to see the 3 red lightsabers just going at it. That was awesome.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Then Dryden comes along and he just blows up the other gunship, then lands, and Vario sprints to the ship, goes between people's legs, gets on ship, and Dryden's like, where's Maul? And he's like, oh, he's right behind me. Don't worry.
He ran. I think he ran like that because the last time he got left, but the last time he got left, he got lucky because the ship got blown up. So it doesn't.
That is true. That is true. So Lawson then realized that he's not going to make it to the ship and tells Two Boots to take Riley to his mom. Tells Riley that he loves him before sacrificing himself, and he picks up the E-Web. And he just starts blasting stormtroopers. And then we see him go into the fog. He gets hit. The E-Web runs out of ammo or battery or however those work. And he picks up a different blaster and he just goes farther into the fog.
Yep.
Which, you know what? We didn't see him pass. We didn't see him die. He could come back.
But we see him like it looks like he drops to his knees and then collapses forward. So they're giving us the impression that he's dead. But you're right.
Correct.
He might not be.
Yes.
So then we flash back to Devin versus the Crow.
Yes.
And she's now like way more aggressive. She screams out in anger, almost like not just like yelling, but it's like a Sith type like yell.
Like a growl.
Right?
Like there's
something.
a growl
It's
to
just,
her voice. Yeah.
So she chases him after he runs down these steps. She gets to the bottom of the steps, and all of a sudden now pops Vader. Just comes from around this corner, and she totally wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Maul then has to go and save Devin again. He pulls down the ceiling again to help Devin escape. As the wall is crumbling down, Devin says she wants to kill Vader, or she says kill them, but she's talking about Vader and anybody else involved. And
I thought she said him for sure, but I also didn't have captions
I think she
on.
said them. Yeah, I think she said them. I think she means anybody associated with these people that we're fighting against, like Vader, the Inquisitors, like all of them.
Yeah.
But Maul basically tells her that she isn't strong enough yet, but she could be if she trains with Maul, and then they will have their revenge together.
Yeah. And then we get to see Vader just watching them escape. Dude, I love the look of Vader in this series. I love Clone Wars style Vader.
I have a problem.
Okay, what's your problem?
This is my first and only complaint.
Okay.
If we're supposed to believe that Vader is so menacing, like the galaxy at large, anybody that knows who Vader is absolutely terrified of Vader, right?
Yes.
How does Maul escape him? Devin escape him? Obi-Wan escape him? Cal Kestis escape him? Ahsoka escape him? Luke Skywalker escape him? Like, it seems like all these big people who the Empire knows are like people that could thwart their plans, he can never capture any of them. But yet, he's super menacing.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people die when Vader comes around still, okay? No matter if it's the main character or not, a lot of people die. Second of all,
so
I feel like
you want to be the main character anytime Vader shows up, because then you have a slightly elevated chance of surviving. If you're a secondary character, you might as well just be like, yeah, that's cool. I'm done.
Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. And then second of all,
in the credits.
I mean, Vader could be like planting a tracker on their ship and he wants them to escape. You know?
Okay.
I mean, I feel like in, where was it? In A New Hope, he did plant a tracker on their ship and let them escape in A New Hope.
Okay.
So, I mean, I feel like it's situational about this. Like, we don't know. We've only seen Vader a handful of times now. We don't know how many times people didn't escape, you know? Daki didn't escape.
Daki didn't escape.
Daki didn't escape. So then we get to see
Daki.
Devin screaming at the door of the ship. At the fact that she had to leave. At the fact that she left, or lost her master, essentially. And then it pans over and we see... We pan over and see Riley crying about his dad, which, I mean, I don't blame him. Then we get to see Dryden talking to Maul, and he's like, I've picked you up. I've upheld my part of the bargain. And Maul's like, I will honor my end of the bargain.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Then we flash back to the people in the cargo bay, whatever the wherever Devin and them are. Devin is still holding Maul's half saber. She's looking at it. Maul kind of like goes up to the wall and slides down to sit next to Devin. You can tell he's in pain. He's like wincing and making noise.
Yep. So Devin looks down at the saber, grips it, and she's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to be trained. Let's go.
Yep.
Dude, this whole series was so good. It was so good. I didn't know what to expect when we saw this, but I had such a good time watching this.
It's crazy.
There was some questions that came up, but
yep. But overall, I mean, no major complaints though.
No, none at all.
You know,
my only complaint was that Dave Filoni said that we were going to get like a big surprise during these last two episodes,
like that,
a big reveal or a big surprise. And I expected Vader. I expected Daki to die. Yep. I expected a lot of people to die this episode. And I also expected Devin to go to the dark side. I don't know what constitutes as a big surprise.
Lawson wasn't big enough for me to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's gone, right? Like,
yeah, like we got one comic
same thing. Like, I'm bummed that Spybot's gone, but Spybot wasn't as big of a character for me to be like, oh my goodness, Spybot's gone. You know what I mean? Like he was a droid. Like if Maul would have died or something like that, then I would have been surprised. I would have been like, wait a second, what just happened? You know?
Right.
But yeah. No, I agree.
So, anyway, Mike, do you have anything else that you would like to add?
I don't, man. I don't at this time.
Okie dokie. I mean, I know it's a little bit longer of an episode this week, so we're gonna head out from there. If you guys liked the episode, throw us a like, shoot some comments into the some suggestions into the comments. Throw us a follow if you think we deserved it. You know, follow us on all of our socials. Keep up to date with all of us. You know, we've got some awesome polls going on right now. A Clone Wars Legion playoff bracket where we are deciding what Clone Legion is the coolest. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.